Trauma. Trauma, trauma, trauma. It's crazy how some of us experience so much trauma, and we are used to experiencing trauma all the time, that you go through life thinking that you're okay. But all it takes is one moment of you recalling that traumatic experience that you least expected, and it will bring you down to your knees. About 2 years ago, I was assaulted. And never in a million years would I have thought that I would have been assaulted in my life. I never thought that I would have experienced something like this. It completely caught me off guard. I was instantly traumatized. I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I was severely affected. My ability to trust was diminished instantly. And after a while, I thought I was okay. I did some therapy over the course of a year. I did talk therapy, and then I had a psychiatrist. And it wasn't until now that I realized that once I felt like I was okay in my mind, I started to pretend. I thought I was okay, but I wasn't. But I thought I was. I thought I was over it. I thought I transmuted it. I thought I worked it out. I thought I came to terms with it. I thought I had a good grip on that experience, and I thought I was okay after a while. But it wasn't until recently, like I said, that I realized that I just wasn't okay. Like, I was traumatized. But I walked around like I wasn't traumatized. I walked around like I was okay. I walked around like I'm the golden child. Like, nothing can touch me mentally because, I can be okay fast. And that wasn't the case. Until I became re-traumatized. 2 years later, I had another experience just recently, and it re-traumatized me. And so I decided to seek therapy. It wasn't until I was asked to recall that moment, that last traumatic experience, is when I just broke down and I lost it. Because I thought I was okay. You see, I go through traumatic events all the time. I go through abuse all the time. Mental, physical, emotional abuse all the time. And I thought I was okay because I deal with it all the time. But all it did was compact itself. It just compacted and compacted and compacted. And you go through life and you think that you're okay. But what's really happening is that your traumas are just compacting, and they are compounding on each other, So when you think you're okay, you're really not okay. But at that moment, I realized, like, damn, y'all, I'm just not okay. I've been through a lot of stuff, and I still go through stuff. It's not like it's it's not really like it's ongoing. It's just like it just like new things happen, but it's all like it's all from things that were occurring over time. It just keeps compounding, and so it's like, okay, when is the next traumatic event going to happen? So it essentially like looking forward to trauma happening, but not really looking forward to it, because who wants to experience trauma in their life? Nobody wants to experience that, but yeah, I said that to say, like, when you think that you're okay after you've experienced the trauma, you think that you sought therapy for it, you think that, because you're feeling okay, you're walking around, you're talking regular, normal, going about your day, your daily, talking to your friends, going to hang out, getting a good night's rest, socializing and doing all that stuff, you're really not okay. Unless you are. But most of us, we're not okay. And it just takes that one moment to bring you down to your knees, to wake you up, to remind you that you're just not okay, and that you still have work to do on yourself. All the stuff that I've been through, I know I still have so much work to do on myself, because I go through life and I pretend that everything is okay, but because I'm learning that pretending is never okay, I'm learning to allow my emotions to flow through my body. I'm learning to speak my truth. I'm learning to set the boundaries that I need in order to be successful in my relationships. Not just romantic relationships. Every kind of relationship imaginable. It's a process. It's a process. So give yourself some grace. Understand that even though you think that you're okay, even though you may be functioning regular, do your best to seek therapy, stay grounded. I don't want to say keep busy, but stay grounded, connect with yourself, feel yourself, know yourself, but most of all, know that you still have work to do on yourself, and that is going to be okay. You're going to get through it, because you have to get through it. But one thing that you need to remind yourself of is that people who have gone through a lot of trauma, they have to process their trauma, and you have to take time for self in order to do that. I remember just recently where I had that experience, and I know I didn't name it. This most recent trauma that I experienced, I remember going to work the next day, the very next day, and I thought that I was okay. Like, I thought that I was okay, like, foolish. I thought that I was okay to go to work the next day and to function properly and to function in a manner that will allow me to do my job in a safe way. And because of the work that I do, I'm just like, oh no, I can't function this way at my job. I can't do it. And that right there, it caused me to go seek therapy, because nobody can function after trauma. Initial trauma, you're not going to be able to function after that. So you got to take time out for yourself, and that's exactly what I did. I have to prioritize my mental health and my sanity, and in order to do that, I have to go seek help. You got to seek help. You got to seek assistance. You got to seek therapy. Got to take time for self, and that's exactly what I did. So the whole point of the video is, when you least expect it, you will realize that you are not okay. And once you realize that you are not okay, you have to do what is necessary in order to get back in I want to say get back in line with yourself, to realign yourself. You know, you gotta seek the necessary assistance that's going to rebalance you in your body, in your mind, in your mental space, so you can function properly. Because like I always say, if you're not good for yourself, you can't be good for anybody else. So it's very important. It's so very, very important. All right. So, yeah.